What if you have this dream because you are meant to actualize it? What if you have this dream because you are meant to make it happen? Welcome to my very first episode of Conversations with Carmen. I really want this to be a sit-down series where I can just sit down and share with you guys all of the really important lessons that I've learned through my experiences and ultimately help you grow and heal into the most authentic version of you. Chai tea. See what I did there? So let's get cozy, get comfy, and let's chat about our dreams. Before I get into what I've learned, I want to share a little bit about my story. One of my biggest goals in life has always been to become a content creator. I cannot imagine doing anything other than what I am doing right now. But there was a point in time where I was enrolled in university and I was studying to become a nurse. Which is so weird because how do you go from nurse to content creator? And actually my sophomore year, I switched over my major to psychology, which is a little bit closer to what I'm doing now because I was studying to become a therapist to help people heal through that way. But here I am now talking to a camera, helping people heal in this way. One of the main reasons why I enrolled into university to become a nurse or to become a therapist and ignored my dreams of becoming a content creator is because that's what I felt like I had to do. I felt like that was the only right option because that is what was expected of me from my family. I knew they wouldn't be happy with anything else, but I don't want to sit here and put all the blame on them because deep down inside there was a part of me that didn't believe that I was capable of being a content creator. So I told myself that I would bury those childhood dreams in the past, that it was just a silly little fantasy and it was time to just suck it up and do what I'm supposed to do. I tried to let it go, but I literally could not. Not following my joy, not following my purpose, not following my fulfillment, literally broke me down. I was so incredibly unhappy. I was losing weight. I was just not in a good place. And at my lowest point, that little whisper that had always been in the back of my mind was now a scream. Like that little whisper had a megaphone and was like, what are you doing? 'Cause this ain't it. There's this quote that I love and it's by Rumi. And the quote is, what you seek is seeking you. You were born with these inclinations for a reason. Whatever it is that you dream of doing, you are meant to actualize it. You are meant to make it happen. What if you have this dream because you are meant to make it happen? You want this so badly because a future version of you already has it. If you take the time to analyze and really think about the things that you are good at, I am sure that you will find that the things that you are naturally good at align with your passions, align with your dream. Okay, well, if it's supposed to be so easy, if it's supposed to come so naturally, if I have everything within me to make it happen, then how come it hasn't happened yet? How come I'm having such a hard time starting it? Why is it taking so long? Why am I struggling? The truth is, a lot of us want to see the finish line before we even take our first step. We want to see the last step before we even take our first one. And I get it. It's so hard to want to take that leap of faith without having 100% certainty that it'll all work out, that you'll be successful. So we become hesitant. We procrastinate. We hold off on what it is that we really want. If you keep saying one day instead of day one, it will never happen. And what it is that you want to create requires your dedication, and it requires your work and your patience and your effort. And it's not going to happen overnight, unfortunately. I'm trying to learn that one myself. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time because there are forces outside of our control, like time, that we just have to accept and trust and believe that it is all working out for our highest good. Because it is. Even right now in this moment, if it's hard to understand that everything is happening exactly the way it's meant to, it is. Divine timing is so real. But I will say this, your unrealistic expectations, oh my God, there's something in my eye. Okay, I think that's better. It's not better. Oh God. Your self-imposed expectations of how you believe things should happen of how they should unfold, of when is the right time or when is the wrong time for something to happen, is crushing your motivation. It is crushing your creativity. It is crushing any passion and joy that might come from making your dream come to life. From my experience, when I set these expectations of how something should happen or how quick it should happen, and it didn't happen that way, it would really disappoint me. And not only would it disappoint me, but it would also make me question my abilities. But here's the thing, we've already established that what you seek is seeking you. You are meant to bring this to fruition. You are meant to make this come to life. Otherwise, you wouldn't have these passions or these interests or these motivations to do it in the first place. And I want to further explain that with an example. Let's say you have this dream job, right? And you apply for this dream job and they call you and the person on the phone is telling you, you got the job. It's all yours, it's done, but there's just a few things that they still need to clear up on their end before you can come in and start working. Knowing that that dream job is yours, knowing that you have it, is going to supersede any amount of time that you have to wait because you know it is already yours. So during that waiting period, the way you move, the way you think, the way you act is completely different because in your heart of hearts, you know that you are getting what you wanted. It's so important to approach your dreams in this way as well. You need to know in your heart of hearts, in your bones, that you are meant to have this, that you are meant to create this. You need to believe it, and although it is not yours quite yet, although you cannot see it, although you are not living in that reality quite yet, you need to believe that it is yours, because it is. And that just makes the journey getting there so much sweeter, so much more enjoyable. You're not drudging around all day wondering if you're good enough, wondering if you can do it, wondering when it's gonna happen. You know it's gonna happen. You don't feel like your efforts are being wasted. And speaking of efforts, I think another obstacle that I've come across is wanting everything to be perfect. That damn perfectionism. Wanting things to be of high quality is great, is important, is necessary. But when we start to incorporate perfectionism, that's when things start to get a little tricky, a little messy. Because truth is, there is no such thing as perfection. When we create things, when we're tapped into our creativity, we're tapping into our inner child. Think about it, when we're children, we are so incredibly creative. Like, we create whole movies just like with little stuffed animals and dolls. Our imagination is off the charts, and it comes from a place of pure joy and creativity. But when we start to impose perfectionism on our inner child, when we tell our inner child, whatever it is that you create, better do this and this and this for me, it puts a lot of pressure on ourselves. And it makes it hard to create, and it makes us worry to create. And when we do that, we strip away all of the joy and the fun that comes from going after our dreams. Allow yourself to do what you want to do because you love doing it. Allow yourself to tap into those natural gifts and talents that you have, and it'll be just fine. It'll be enough. You are your worst critic. All these little flaws that you notice within your work, I promise you, no one else notices it the way you do. This procrastination, this fear, it's holding you back more than you creating something that isn't perfect. We want to feel as though we are 100% ready to take on something before we start it. We want to feel as though our abilities are so well mastered at that point that whatever it is that we create will get us to where it is that we want to go. But the truth is, you will never feel 100% ready for something you have never done before. You will learn along the way. You will get better along the way. And there is nothing wrong with that. But I understand this place of perfectionism comes from wanting to succeed, comes from not wanting to know what failure feels like. But your fear of failure, your fear of looking stupid is holding you back. Because there is no such thing as failure when you are taking another step closer to your goal. Like I said earlier, we want to see the last step before we even take our first one. But in order to get to this last step, you have to traverse through all of these first. Now, does that mean that your third step or your fourth step is a failure because you haven't made it to the top yet? Of course not. It's all a part of the journey. The things that we perceive to be failures are never really failures because they are teaching us things along the way. They are helping you learn and evolve and grow into the person that you need to be in order to maintain and manage your dream. First thing you create will not take you to your final result, will not take you to your final destination. And that is okay. No matter how many perceived failures it takes, no matter how long it takes, the main thing you need to remember is that nothing is impossible. And I know that sounds cheesy, but it is true. If you can imagine it, you can have it. Let me let you in on a little secret. Come here. Get a little closer. Come here. Manifestation is real. Real. And I'm about to spill all the tea on it, okay? All manifesting is having an idea, being able to visualize that idea in your head, having emotion behind the idea, feeling excitement, feeling joy, fulfillment, whatever it is, feeling that emotion fill your body when you imagine that idea, and then putting in the work to achieve that idea. That's all it takes. That is the foundation to your new foundation. But what if there's still a part of you that's like, I still don't know if I can do it? If you know you can have it, but you still feel fear and resistance around it, there's some stuff within you that needs some healing. You need to see yourself as worthy enough for this dream, because you are. This self-worth issue needs to go. So let me tell you how I've been healing mine. First things first, we need to recognize that you are not born feeling like you cannot accomplish your dreams. It goes back to being a child. When we're children, do we think that anything is impossible? Heck no. We thought we were able to fly if we really wanted to. If you ask a child what they want to be when they grow up, they will say with their chest, I want to be a mermaid, period. They will say mermaid with their chest. And believe it. But what happens is we slowly lose that over time through learned experiences, through other people. Whoever it is who told you it's not possible or who didn't believe in you, they were wrong. We do not have to let their truth become our truth. I enrolled myself into university because the people around me taught me that my dreams should just be that, just dreams, and that they weren't practical or possible. I let their truth become my truth, and that is where I went wrong. There might be people around you who don't believe in you, unfortunately, but at that point, you need to be your biggest hype person. You need to be your rock. You need to push yourself towards your dreams. Long story short, I need you to trust in yourself. I need you to believe in yourself. I need you to trust in the unfolding of your life. Trust in the timing. Act as if it is impossible to fail, because it is. The essence of faith is to believe that possibilities exist. Never back down, never what?
Never give up.
Never back down, never what?
Never give up.
So that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope this gave you that little boost of motivation you were looking for. You got this. I believe in you. Let me know in the comments, what is your dream? What are you going after? I want to know the tea. Give me all the tea. Also, let me know in the comments what other topics you want me to chat about. But I think that's it for now. Bye.